July 3rd. I'm at the gym. You could hear the echo. Let's see if I can get this one in. Can I turn the camera on? Yeah, here we go. One hand shot. We can put on the spot. Oh, all right. Let me get one more in. There it is. Damn. Well, as promised, I could do three times the charm, but it is what it is. Today, this morning, I woke up feeling shitty. I woke up not feeling myself. I woke up being in my mind, being in my head, and not being thankful for where I am. And I was like, what the fuck? Why do I feel this way? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I wake up and, especially in the morning, if I'm not able to get my routine down and really focus on what I do in terms of preparing for the next day, like it starts the night before um, to get prepared for your mornings. And my night before was shit. I woke up abruptly at 1 a.m. and it really threw off everything. And I've been trying to get back onto course today, especially it being Monday. And today, I wanted to share some exciting news with y'all. Remember to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Um, every day, I'm scaling myself to become a better version. I'm sharing and being vulnerable with y'all. How I'm scaling my business from a bootstrap business all the way to success and financial freedom and just being myself. And I think you could do the same. I know you could do the same. So, that being said, today we decided to get our first employee started, and we still got to get everything out to them. It was one of those things where I told Anna, my girl that's helping me, and we're together and killing this and getting it done. She's been doing amazing. She's had one of the most key roles when getting this guy started, all the way from the first initial contact, all the way to communicating with me and letting them know that, hey, this might be a good hire. And we've had maybe about three or 4 months of trying to find somebody, and then, even on a bigger scale, we've been trying to find somebody for the longest time uh, prior to that, and it was just a thought. Like, we've been playing with the thought since we pretty much 2 years ago. 2 years ago, so a year after we started, we've been doing the carpet cleaning business for about 2019. So going on 4 years, actually. Wow, that's crazy. Time flies. Time really does fly. So we've been doing that for four years, and it took us this long to get somebody in the field. And really, it was just me getting out of my own way and thinking about all the things that could go wrong instead of the things that could go right. And it being a business owner, self-employed, if you're anything except for an employee, things are bound to go wrong. You actually have to eat what you kill. And I wanted to share with y'all why it's important to stay focused on self awareness before you expand outward. And self awareness, if you're not privy to the concept, it's going to be very difficult to become a person of success, because you cannot expand success and help others be successful if you cannot do that for yourself. And one of the biggest things that has held me back in this self awareness, self success journey is my past traumas from my childhood. And everyone has them. I'm not saying woe is me, I'm saying everybody has them. Everybody has some luggage, some baggage that they have to unpack. And it's up to them, it's their responsibility to get through it and work through that bullshit later in life in our adulthood. And being gentle with ourselves overall at the beginning, because it's going to be rough when you encounter these things that have been stuffed in the back passenger seat, um, and you're just riding through this journey that we call life. You know, you could be someone that's, shoot, 18 years old, all the way to 84 years old. You're going to have some past traumas stored in your body. And whether you like it or not, everything is stored in your body. Everything that we're taking in from this reality is information, whether it be the words that people speak, the actions that people do, or the vibe that people just give off and what they display to us. That is all stored. That's information in the body. So whether you like it or not, our bodies are intelligent, whether you're conscious or consciously aware of it or not, to subconsciously store this information. Thus, if you keep going through this unaware ways of being, you can put your body under distress, aka disease, aka dis unbalance in the body, imbalance in the body. And that's what I want to share with you guys. It can start within the mind. I woke up today feeling negative, feeling anxious, and I realized that it's just a chemical imbalance in my mind. I'm thinking this way. I'm like, okay, let me just shock my way out of this. Took a cold shower, didn't take a cold shower long enough, but I noticed that one of the best ways to really work through this is to pray. That's one thing that I did not do because I was in my mind so much. That's how deep this was, thinking about all the negative shit going on. But I'm extremely grateful and proud to be where I am. And the gratitude starts way back as a kid and not being able to express that gratitude. First thing, sometimes I don't know about you, but I would wake up and get my ass beat first thing in the morning. Just wake up to that stress and anxiety of the fact that, oh, one of these nights I just wake up to random ass beating, no explanation, just straight ass whooping, and then the explanation after. I don't know about y'all, but I had imagined being a child, age 8 or 9. That's something that you take on to the next day and wondering, like, okay, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel anxious? Yet I have everything that's going well. And we can always find the negatives, the darker sides to a thing, but it's up to us to consciously be aware of the things that we are experiencing and wondering, okay, why is that so? How am I taking this information in and perceiving it this way? And that's something that this morning I've been really realizing that there hasn't been that driving factor behind understanding that I'm going through some shit. Like, I'm going through some shit, and it's up for me to realize it. And we're all going through some shit. You know what I'm saying? Whether you believe it or not, whether you think that, everything is all peachy, everything is all fine and peachy. But at the same time, we're all going through some shit. And I want you, and I'm sharing with you, the first thing that you should do is just be gentle with yourself. Understand that you're going through some shit, and we all are, and that you have to be your own best friend. Pull yourself out of that rut, because you can't pull yourself out and then expect yourself, or you cannot not pull yourself out and then try to pull other people out of their rut. And we're, like I said, we're all going through a storm. Let's all help each other out in that sense. And then another thing that I've realized is being at a such, just because a week ago I was really doing a I was hitting it. I was hitting a groove, and I felt amazing and off a high. It was like coming down from a high. That's what it's like. 'Cause last weekend, I was at a state where I was connected with so many high level people, and after that, I was on cloud fucking nine. Cloud nine. Came back here. I was like, all right, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing, and I let people know, because after these events, after these networking events, I swear, cloud nine, especially if you're talking to the right people, they light a fire under you. And then the next week, I'm like, okay, why do I feel this way? And that made me realize the discipline that I need, and not just discipline in action, but the discipline, even though I feel a certain way, I still need to be able to take action. So I've been realizing today that one of those days is I feel like shit. I feel like absolute shit, but I got to pull myself out of it because I got to be disciplined. Ain't nobody gonna do it except for me. And you can't do a thing and then try to help other people do a thing if you can't do it for yourself. I'm a big practitioner of practicing what you preach, or practicing what I preach. And if someone's not doing that, you know that there's some type of imbalance. Like, if you see a personal trainer and they got a belly that, and they can't even, the last time they probably seen their PP was probably a decade ago, that's how you know there's an imbalance. Don't learn for those type of people. And I believe I am learning through just talking to y'all and putting this information out there. So that being said, I noticed that early in my childhood, when there is a point where I was met with challenge and then I overcame that challenge, like people would ask me, wow, are you excited? Are you excited to kill this workout? Are you excited to for this game? Are you excited for blah 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 blah? And it could be something that's like that someone's typically supposed to be excited for. Like normally, if somebody went through this situation and they, say for example, a birthday. If it is my birthday, I'd be like, yeah, I'm excited for my birthday. I realize for myself, whenever something comes up that's I'm supposed to be excited for, I'm not. I'm just like yeah, whatever. And so I used to think of it as like a superpower, but now it definitely can be. But now I'm thinking of it as more of like, hey, why am I not responding to this thing? Why am I letting myself, honing myself down? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm clouding my own light when I should be excited for this thing. And yeah, there's a certain level of stoicism that goes with certain things, but sometimes it's okay to show healthy excitement. I think it's healthy to show that. And one of the things that I've realized is during my childhood, if I showed any type of emotion, that's where there'd be an ass whooping, straight up ass whooping. And I say that in a way right now because I can look back at it and laugh. But now I'm realizing that, okay, if I share any type of emotion, it's going to be met with resistance. And that's programmed my body and my mind to respond the way that I'm responding. So there'd be times even when I'm, graduating high school. Graduating high school, that was amazing. Like that was probably one of the most joyous times of my life. Graduating college, that was one of the most joyous and anticlimactic things of my life. I didn't realize until like high school, I was just like, oh my God, I didn't know this was a thing. Like I always thought I was gonna be in high school. And then when I graduated college, bruh, the veil came unsheathed, like everything came off. I realized, wow, this wasn't really what I thought it would be, what I imagined it to be. One, not both of my parents weren't at my graduation, like in college. And the leading up to that, at all my track meets, all of my basketball games, not it would probably be like one, maybe two if I'm lucky, family members show up to my games. And for myself, looking back where I am right now and then looking back to my childhood and being an observer, I'm thinking like now it makes sense why you have been acting the way that you've been acting, been responding to different type of stimulus is the way that you've been responding. I feel like I'm doing a lab test recording this shit and talking to myself, but I've been realizing that, like a lot of the things that I've gone through in my life have made me think that there's other people that are going through this as well, but they choose to respond a different way. And I always choose the path that has been the highest for myself, whether I can see it or not. And I believe that I'm always doing the best that I can do with what I have. And knowing this information and sharing this with y'all is just helping me release that tension, that that trauma that's stored in here, that's stored in here in my body. And that's the importance why I believe that sharing is one of the most key things that you can ever do if you're experiencing or have experienced trauma. And I think it's a disservice if you do not share with others what they're going through. Just another thing is I thought about doing committed suicide back in college when my first ex dumped me, and I haven't even actually shared this out here with y'all and put it on the internet, but now it's out there and it's out there in reality. And one of the reasons why I didn't go through with it was I was thinking that there isn't there isn't a reason for me to cut my life short just because of this individual. And I envisioned myself of what a funeral would be like for myself, and I envisioned what this reality would be like without me here. Would people actually care? Would people actually feel my presence being gone. And now that life has progressed and time is unfolding in front of me, I'm realizing the people that are actually there for me. Some aren't family, some are family. And that's the beauty of life is this as it unfolds, you start to realize the people that are actually going to be there for you, whether it's through thick or thin, you know? And I've realized that there's a lot of people that just say that they're going to do something, but they don't. And I don't ever want to be one of those type of people. And that's why I'm sharing this with y'all is because I'm tired of people that aren't transparent and they say that they're going to do something, but they don't do it. And I never want to be that type of person. That's one of the worst things that could ever happen. Let me just put it that way. But this is my end of my rant. Like me sharing this information with y'all as to, the fact that I had thoughts of suicide when I was younger, the people that said they would be there for me that weren't there for me. And now that I'm older and I'm able to look back on things, I'm seeing that, hey, that's not the case. That's the reason why I feel these type of things. And it comes up and it makes me really think and rationalize what the fuck. Like the left and the right hemisphere are all communicating at once. But I think there's going to be some huge things that I gather from this meditation today. As I do a meditation, I got an employee that's starting today, and that's one of the biggest things is that I'm able to help somebody else bring food on their table. And there was a point where I was like, you know what? Let's not start this guy today. Let's not start this guy today because I lost faith and um, I lost that touch with myself of believing in myself. And this lack of belief in myself has been holding me back for the longest time. And now I'm realizing that, there was a time when I was a kid and I was playing football and I was killing it, bro. I was doing so fucking good. And a part of me felt bad for my opponent. So what did I do at that time? Me knowing that I was just killing it, I dumbed myself down. I dumbed myself down. Think about that. I was so self aware at that point that I dumbed myself down so that I wouldn't make somebody else feel bad about themselves. And that in itself was a negative, yeah, I'm gonna say what it is. It's a negative thing. Do not ever dumb yourself down so that others aren't feeling insecure about themselves. And this is a message to myself. Don't ever do that. Shine to your brightest, be the livest every fucking day, and become a better version of yourself, man. There's absolutely no reason why you should have to alter yourself just because someone's insecure. And now I feel that even more so because that was a levee that broke and allowed all the self doubt to come in back in my childhood. And now, being in my adulthood, I'm clearing that shit out. I'm clearing the house right now. I'm debugging, I'm getting rid of all the viruses in my system. And this is me sharing with the universe and sharing with y'all, sharing with God, sharing with everybody that I have learned from myself in doing this. And I hope that you can do the same. Recap on your life and understand the root. Grab that shit out from the roots, pull it out, pull that distress, that dis-ease out from the roots of your thoughts, because it starts in your thoughts and then it starts in navigating and rooting its way into your body. Pull those negative emotions and thoughts out by the weeds. Throw them aside, stomp on that shit, and then be about yours. Be about yours, y'all. That's it. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. I kind of went on a rant today. I love myself. I love you. I love everyone around me. I love this way of being, and I'm at peace now. Thank God. I'm at peace. And it's just time to put up some shots, baby. Let's go. I actually, I'm gonna, I have to get going with my workout, man. It was nice putting up some shots, but I'm about to get this quick workout in. I gotta train somebody here shortly. But mental fortitude over anything. This life will try to get you down, try to knock you down, try to let you stay there or make you stay there. Don't do it. Get up. This morning I was feeling rough, but I'm back in it. I'm back in the fight. It's not it's bro like Rocky said, it's not about how many times you get hit. It's about how many times you can get hit and keep getting up and keep moving forward. That's what it's about. So if you take it in the chin today, like I took it in the chin today, get up, get going. If you remember how your younger self took it in the chin, you got up, you kept going. But remember, heal that self, heal that side of you. It's in the unseen is going to create the seen. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. I love that saying. Y'all take care. Peace.